Photoshop and Adobe services. So what about Photoshop and Adobe services? I would like today to talk about the Photoshop and Adobe services. So Creative Cloud libraries in Photoshop. Creative Cloud libraries in Photoshop. How to create any cloud libraries in Photoshop? By the way, Creative Cloud libraries in web service that allows you to access your assets across various Adobe desktop and mobile applications, and you can add graphics and color, text styles and brush and layer styles to libraries in Photoshop, and then easily access those elements in several Creative Cloud applications, like this screenshot now. A first look at Creative Cloud libraries. This is the first look at Creative Cloud libraries. Like this screenshot now, we have a libraries and we have ABC. A, my library, and B is search, and C, we have C, the layers, graphic layers. You can choose from anyone, and we have M and G and E, F, G, H, I. Okay, and everything now it's meaning A, layers list, and B, search, and C, assets, and D, library from document, and E, add graphics, and F, add character style, and G, add layer style, and H, add foreground color, and I, it's meaning libraries, cells, status, and G, it's meaning delete, and K, it's meaning show item in a list, and L, it's meaning libraries option, and M, it's meaning show items as icon. Okay, that's great. Fine. Okay, so what about create a library? How to create a library on Photoshop? How to create a library on Photoshop? Number one, in Photoshop select window. You should to select window first, then you will press library, like this screenshot now. And number two, in the libraries panel, select create new library from the pop-up menu, like this screenshot now. Libraries, then select project from the pop-up menu, like this screenshot, to create a library. In the dialog box, by the way, that appears in the dialog box that appears, enter a name for the new library and click create. The new library is now available, by the way, in the libraries panel. And how to create new library from a document? How to create new library from a document? When you open a document containing assets that can be automatically added to a library, and Photoshop prompts you to create a new library, by the way, and there are 4 types of assets that can be automatically added to a library from a document now, like character style, and like color, and like layer styles, and like smart objects. And based on the contents of the document, Photoshop shows you the count for each type of asset, like this dialog box. This dialog box explains for you everything now. New library from document. Then we have Creative Cloud and import frequently used assets, and we have character style and color and smart objects. And you can create new library from this button now. And you can also create a new library from a document in one of the following ways. From the libraries panel options, select create new library from document. You should select create new library from document, like this dialog box. We have libraries and my library, and select create new library from a document. We have a create new library and create new library from document. You should to select create new library from document, like this dialog box. Okay, that's great. Then click the library from document button icon at the bottom of the libraries panel. Then click library from document in the libraries panel, and this option is available only if your current library is empty, like this dialog box again. Okay, we have new library and your content anywhere. Use libraries to organize access to share your assets across desktop and mobile. And library from document. Okay, so what about if you would like to link it and unlinked assets? Linked and unlinked assets. I would like to explain now. What about linked and unlinked assets? You can use assets in libraries as linked assets or unlinked assets in your Photoshop documents. And library linked assets are instances that stay associated with the original asset in the library. And when the original asset in the library is updated in its instances in your Photoshop documents are automatically updated, by the way. And any effects that you applied to the instances are returned as well. And library linked assets are similar in their behavior to linked smart objects, by the way. And unlinked assets, on the other hand, and embedded in your Photoshop documents and are decoupled from the original asset in the library. And unlinked assets are not updated, by the way, automatically when the original asset changes. Okay, so what about how to use library linked assets in your Photoshop document? How to use library linked assets in your Photoshop document? In the libraries panel, by the way, right click. You should to press right click and asset in a library and select place linked from the context menu. Then Photoshop places the asset in your Photoshop document as a new layer. And the layer thumbnail displays a cloud icon indicating that the layer is linked to a library asset, by the way. Like this dialog box now. We have this dialog box consists of layers and the channels and the passes. You will press two layers and will appear for you this dialog box here. And so what about file cells? Creative Sans makes your libraries accessible across multiple applications and devices and the web automatically for cross-device syncing to work. And the file cells must be enabled in Creative Cloud desktop applications, and you can check the status of library syncing by the Creative Cloud icon in the libraries panel, by the way. Like AMP, we have AMP now, example AMP library sync status, yes. Okay, anyway, on your local desktop machine, all applications share a single local cache for your library's data, and this enables optimal use of disk space and network bandwidth, as well as near instant propagation of libraries changes between local applications even when you are not connected to the network. That's great. How to turn off? How to turn on file cells. How to turn on file cells. Depending on your version of Creative Cloud desktop applications, do one of the following. When you turn on file cells, libraries start syncing, and your libraries are kept up to date across devices, and the file syncing may take some time, by the way, depending on the volume of content in your libraries. Okay, and again, when you turn on file cells, libraries start syncing. Your libraries, by the way, are kept up to date across devices, and the file syncing may take some time, depending on the volume of content in your libraries. Okay, that's fine. How to add assets to the library? How to add assets to the library? If you would like to add assets to the library, you should open the file containing your assets first. Then you can add graphics and colors and text and text styles and layer styles to the library. And you can also add assets to the library from Creative Cloud Market, by the way. And how to add graphics? If you would like to add graphics to your library, we have many steps. Step number 1. Select the appropriate layers to layer group groups containing the graphic asset in the layers panel. Step number 2. Select the move tool. And step number 3. Drag the drop the layers or layer groups into the libraries panel. The graphic asset is now available in the library, by the way, like this dialog box. We have a libraries and my library, then graphics. And how to add layers, layer styles and character styles and colors. If you'd like to add layer styles and character styles and colors to your library. Step number 1. In the layers panel, select the appropriate layer containing the asset. Then step number 2. Click an icon in the libraries panel like this dialog box, this screenshot. We have A, B, C. Click an icon button in the libraries panel. Then the assets are now available in the library. By the way, the assets are now available in the library. And note and be careful here now. Note and be careful, yes, please. Layer styles apply only to Photoshop layers, and also you can add these styles to a library, and you can't use them in other Creative Cloud desktop applications that support Creative Cloud libraries. And you can also drag brush presets from brush presets panel, and layers from layers panel, and colors from switches panel, and layers styles from styles panel, and drop them in the libraries panel, by the way. How to add assets from Adobe Stock. If you'd like to add assets from Adobe Stock, what should you do? If you'd like to add assets from Adobe Stock, Adobe Stock is deeply integrated with Creative Cloud libraries, by the way, and you can add a watermarked stock image to any of your libraries directly using the Adobe Stock website, and you can then use the watermarked image in your Photoshop documents as a library linked asset, by the way. And when you choose to license the image, which you can do directly from within the libraries panel in Photoshop, and all instances of the watermarked asset in your open documents are updated to the high resolution licensed image for the Photoshop, and use Adobe Stock in applications supporting Creative Cloud libraries. Okay, that's great. How to add assets from Creative Cloud Market. You can use the Creative Cloud for desktop applications to browse and add assets from Creative Cloud Market, by the way. And we have steps now. Step number 1. Launch the Creative Cloud for desktop applications. You should launch the Creative Cloud for desktop applications. Then number 2, go to the Assets tab and select Market. You should go to the Assets tab and select Market. And in this dialog box, we have Home and Applications and Assets and Stock and Community. You should press Assets to add assets from Creative Cloud Market. Now you should press Assets and then browse and select the asset you want to add to the library. And number 2, select the library you created in Adobe Photoshop from the pop-up menu. Look at this dialog box now. Look at carefully this dialog box. We have Brush and CC Library and Create Library. Add asset from Creative Cloud Market. If you would like to add asset from Creative Cloud Market, look at this screenshot. And the asset, by the way, is now available in the library. And how to add assets from other Adobe applications. You can add assets from other Adobe applications such as Adobe Illustrator and mobile applications, and such as Adobe Brush, and Creative Cloud keeps all the assets in Sans, and you can use these assets, by the way, in Photoshop. look at this dialog box. We have library search. Library search, how to search on the library. Library search, if you'd like to search on the library, look at this screenshot now. We have Adobe Stock and current library and all libraries. Adobe Stock search from libraries panel. And the search box in the libraries panel enables you to search for the right asset and quickly and efficiently, and you can modify your search based on the following available option. By the way, we have Adobe Stock search for the assets in Adobe Stock from directly within the libraries panel, and you have current library. Perform a search for your asset within your current library, and all libraries by the way all libraries by the way perform a search for your assets across all your libraries. And how you find stock image visually. How to find stock images visually similar to a library element. The visual search functionality in the libraries panel lets you quickly find stock images similar to a library element, and follow these steps now. You should to follow these steps now. Step number 1. In the libraries panel, press right click an element and then select find similar from the context menu. And Photoshop displays the search results right within the libraries panel, by the way. Like this screenshot now. Look at this image. Use Adobe Color Themes extension. Use the Adobe Color Themes extensions. The Adobe Color service helps you choose harmonious and appealing color combinations for your design projects, by the way. And Adobe Color is integrated right within Photoshop in the form of an extension that lets you create and save and access your color and themes. And you can also explore the many public color themes available on Adobe Color and filter them in several ways. And most popular, most used, and random, and themes you have published or themes you have appreciated in the past. And once you have found a theme that you like, you can edit it and save it to your themes or add it to your swatches in Photoshop. That's great. And aside from Photoshop, the Adobe Color Themes extension, by the way, is currently available in 3 other Creative Cloud desktop applications. And Adobe Illustrator, and Adobe InDesign, and Adobe After Effects themes saved to Creative Cloud libraries from within these desktop applications, by the way. Mobile and applications such as Capture or using the Adobe Color website are accessible seamlessly in Photoshop. And additionally here now, Adobe Color Themes panel is your portal to groups of colors or themes created by an online community of designers. And using the Adobe Color Themes panel, you can create or edit thousands of themes and then use them in your projects. And you can also use this panel to share your themes with the community by uploading them. So what about the Access Adobe Color Themes? Access the Adobe Color Themes. If you'd like to access the Adobe Color Themes, what should you do? By the way, in Photoshop, you should select Window, then Extensions, Window, then Extensions, then Adobe Color Themes. You should select Window, then Extensions, then Adobe Color Themes. Like this dialog box. Explore Color Themes, Adobe Color Themes. Then you have options Create and Explore and My Themes. You will press to My Themes. And then number 1, click Explore. Click Explore tab in the Adobe Color Themes panel by default, and the Explore tab displays all public color themes, by the way. And step number two, if necessary, filter the color themes by a category and a time frame. Use the search bar if you are looking for a specific theme. and work with the color theme. Once you have found a theme that you like, click this icon now, and to choose the desired option from the flyout menu of a color theme using the Adobe Color Themes panel. That's great. Like this dialog box. Options available. This dialog box. Options available for color themes under the Explore tab. Understand? Options available here now for color themes under the Explore tab. Okay, that's fine. How to edit this theme? If you'd like to edit this theme now, how to edit this theme? Open the selected color theme in the Create tab. Again, open the selected color theme in the Create tab of the Adobe Color Theme panel, and you can modify and work with the color present in the theme as desired, and save it in your Creative Cloud libraries, by the way. And be careful here. Note that alternatively, you can click the name of a color theme to edit it. And how to add to switches. Add to switches. Save the selected color theme in the switches panel. And how to view online. If you'd like to view online, view the color theme and related information such as who created this color theme and the date of sharing this color theme, rating and reviews, and so on in your browser. And you can also appreciate and save and share and edit this theme from your browser, by the way. That's great. Fine. Look at this screenshot now. Adobe Color CC. We have Explore and Times Changing. And you have actions and informations. And view a color theme online. The color theme is appear online here now. The color theme is appearing online here now in this screenshot. And how to create and save a color theme. If you'd like to create and save the color theme, what should you do? We have many steps. We have step number one. Click the Create tab in the Adobe Color Themes panel. You should click the Create tab in the Adobe Color Themes panel. Number two, select the color rule on which you want to base the theme analogous and monochromatic and trade and complementary compound and shades or custom. For details, see color rules. And now choose a base color by clicking the little triangle corresponding to a color in the theme and you are editing. Based open the color rule selected, and a color theme is automatically built around the base color, by the way, like this screenshot. Set as base color. Choose a base color from here now. And while a color is selected, you can adjust it either using the color wheel or by changing its value in one of the following color system, like CMYK and RGB and LAB and HSP or HEX. Number one, optional. You can choose one of the following options while creating a color theme, like click the set selected color from active color icon, like this icon now, and to add the active color from Illustrator workspace to your color theme. And next step, click to set active color icon to set the active color in the Illustrator workspace from your color theme. That's fine. Next step, click the add to switches icon. Click the add to the switches icon to add your color theme to the switches panel. And step number 2, enter a name. You should to enter the name for the new color theme. You should to enter the name for the new color theme. Then click save. Step number 3, choose the Creative Cloud library to which you want to save the theme. To which you want to save the theme, like this dialog box. Adobe Color Themes, save to library, then Creative Cloud, then Campaign library. Save the new theme to a library now. Then click save. Note and be careful here now again, please. Depending on whether you are logged in using your Adobe ID or your enterprise credentials, different sets of libraries may be available for saving themes, and select help manageable and select help, then manage my account, and to check the credentials with which you are logged in. And if you land at the authentication screen for your organization, when you select this option, you are logged in using your enterprise credentials, and the same email ID may be associated with an Adobe ID as well as an enterprise ID, by the way. So what about the color rules? The color rules analogous. Use colors that are adjacent on the color wheel, and analogous colors usually blend well with one another and are harmonious and pleasing to the eye, like this screenshot now.